So I had this idea. The idea was this. There are a ton of great conversations that happen in a car. Speak of the devil, one might be happening now. Kim, how are you?
Hey, good. Sorry, I didn't have my phone in the back pocket, so I didn't catch it.
It is all good. You were just catching me in the middle of one of my creative moments. So I have an idea. You ready for it?
Ready?
I want to call it Candidates in the Car. So I want to drive around with somebody in a passenger seat and just have a conversation, because I feel like some of the best conversations. Huh?
That's such a good idea.
Yeah. My name is Quinn. I'm a dad, a husband, a financial advisor, a community leader, and I want to run for city council in the city of Madison Heights. To help people to get to know me and to help me get to know more of my neighbors, I thought I'd start doing a ride-along with other community leaders and my neighbors, where I talk to them, learn their stories, and along the way, you can learn more about me. So buckle in and let's go. Meet Kimberly Clark. She's a mom, a business owner, a community organizer, and a city councilwoman for the city of Madison Heights. I was excited for the opportunity to sit down with her first and talk about leadership and community and her perspectives on it.
So you lived in the city for a while now, like you said, 9 or 10 years?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years, yep.
And have you been as involved this whole time?
Well, no, I have not been as involved as I am now, but I was in a different way. I was involved in my church. So I've gone to Central Church for almost 10 years.
That's here in Madison Heights.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've gone to Central Church for almost 10 years now. And while at Central Church, I absolutely have been involved in the back to school events, involved in the movie nights. That is where I did a lot of my community service through the church. But it just wasn't as public, whereas now it's a little bit more public, the things I'm doing.
What do you think was like the catalyst for that, for you pushing yourself out there more publicly?
And just wanting to make this place better for my daughters. Madison Heights is the only home they've ever known. When they get older and wherever life takes them, Madison Heights will always have a place in their heart. And I want that place to be a good place, a place that they enjoy coming back to, or a place that they enjoy being a part of and growing up in. And so that inspired me to make sure, particularly as a person of color, to provide them that base and that core and make them have a home of their own. And that's really what it's about. It's about providing something for my kids.
Yeah, that's awesome. And your kids love it here. I see them
Yes.
hanging out at parks
Yes.
and everything all the time.
Yes, we take full advantage of the amenities of the city, and that's one of the things I think we need, is to have those amenities for families. We need to have those murals up. We need to have like ice skating rinks and opportunities for the community to get together and to like walk and to meet each other.
My goal in life and on city council is just motivate as many people to do good as I possibly can.
If I had a bell, I'd have the bell like right now.
I heard. That's great.
And I think you are. I think you are. You motivated me. So,
You motivate me.
how do I motivate you?
We start talking on Fridays, like a type of mentorship program, which I think it started off as me mentoring you.
Yes, it
But
did.
I find that like you have mentored me like the entire, like it's just, you bring a perspective as a resident, as a black person, as like someone to this community that I wasn't like receiving before. And it's your leadership, everything that you've done between your job and your volunteerism and your leadership roles on boards and commissions is just really inspiring to me. And you have a really great way of communicating with all different kinds of people. You're super mellow, super chill, but you like don't let anything slide past you. And I just think it's like, it's really great and frank and to the point, and it's just like, I feel like people know what they're getting into when they meet you, and some people it can be difficult to sort of read them and see what it is, but I don't know.
Oh, thank you for that.
I like your sincerity, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. One, how do you get to know your neighbors? And the second part of that is how do you start to understand what is important to them?
In the city, being available, for my direct neighbors and talking to people, noticing them, things. For example, one of the things I love most about my block is like it's always like it's almost like a race to see who gets their snowblower out first, because that person gets the prize of like not having to put their snowblower away after just doing their driveway. So like just taking that time to get to know my neighbor by name, by profession, by like, do you have kids? Do you not have kids? How long have you lived in this neighborhood? Just being genuinely curious about my neighbors is how I get to know them and let them know, that we put that sign in the front of our yard that says, glad to be your neighbor. But we did that intentionally to let our neighbors know after a contentious election, like, hey, we're still here, we're still neighbors, and we're still glad that you're our neighbor.